Hello to everyone who's listening in. I'm Patrick Gunning, and I hereby welcoming you to my Description 2 Things, a show that I try my best in describing things and subjects in different ways through the ways of me talking. Here on episode 20, which is the final episode for the season, I'm going to be talking about nostalgia. And also, let's start this show right now. Nostalgia are things that are simply as old things that people would like to have in their possession during the current time. Nostalgia are things of the past that people in their current time have in their possession who just happen it for their memories. Nostalgia are people who are living in the present who is a bit of a fan of the past, in particular, a certain decade or a certain era. Nostalgia are people of any kind who want to experience what life is like in the past, but to do so during the current era. Nostalgia is like connecting with one's past, but set in the modern day era of current history, which things that was used in the past. Nostalgia is a term in which an individual wants to experience what life is like in the past or something that is old to them. Nostalgia is a way of one's ability to getting the knowledge about the past in a way of using things that was once used in the past. Nostalgia is a way of exploring history in a way of trying to live with the things of the past currently in the way of modern day. Nostalgia can be a form of modern day art, with the artworks itself simply based on a certain decade, era, or set on the history itself. Nostalgia is like being in a certain decade, but you are currently living in the modern day presence with items from the past. Nostalgia is like doing the things once done in a certain decade, but simply currently doing all of them in the modern day times. Nostalgia is like a learning tool for individuals in a way of knowing how they did things in the past without things in the modern day. Nostalgia is a way of learning about what we did in the past and that we can simply use those skills during the present time. You have come to the end of the final episode for the 2025 show of my Description 2 Things, and if you had listened right up to this point, I personally wish to say thank you for listening. But there might be more episodes for 2026 to come next year, and if you listeners would have to wait and hear if it's going to be happening. But until then, I hear you listeners later. This program has been written, read, recorded, edited and directed by Patrick Gunning, aka PFGUN0, and copyrighted in 2025 by Patrick Gunning, aka PFGUN0.